Yo. Yo. Stream died. Stream died. Getting back in action. Yo, I feel like a real streamer. My stream died. Coming back. Coming back. That's a bummer. That kind of ruined my vibe for the morning. Appreciate you all jumping back in for folks that are hanging in chat. Thank you so much. Stream died. Stream died. Stream died. Computer crashed. Computer crashed. Yeah, bummer. Bummer drummer. That happens. Right? I feel like I want to blame Windows and make it an internet meme. Haha, yeah, Windows. Windows did it. Windows died. I'm pretty sure that's just kind of the case when it's a big day. Hey, thank you so much, Magic Viper. Appreciate the follow. Look, I'm going to get back in action. But thank you all for sticking back with me. Realistically, I'm glad that happened now, as opposed to when I'm either on with Justin or during the webinar with Jim Browning. You know what I mean? Let me get some tunage back, if you're okay with it, if you don't mind, if you're all right with more sounds, more stuff for the ears. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, that was weird. It crashed. No, realistically, it's really frustrating when that kicks in. Died exactly when I said hits the fan. Oh, thanks, Joshua. And Elder Structor 0011. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm glad that happened and I got, sniped by power or computer electricity. I don't know. Now, rather than later while I'm live with either Jim or Justin later on in the day. So it's a good thing that we got it over with. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Fingers crossed, but I appreciate you all maybe jumping back into the party. I probably realistically have been streaming every day this week, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, and still then trying to get work done after the meeting marathon of every day and then getting back into this thing. So machine's probably overheating and machine's probably like crapping out. And it couldn't take it anymore. It was too big of a day for my gear, for my setup, which is fine. We're back. We're back. Windows died. Lol, we back. Yeah, it's the Satya Nadella curse. Rough. All right. The machine is always overheating. Dojo Drummer, thank you so much, my friend. I'm glad that you're still here. I appreciate you tuning back in after I died on the internet. I was trying to answer your question and then I just fell apart. So, Jim, great to see you, my friend. Hey. Are you ready for today? I hope you don't mind. This is like me taking the time to goof off and have some fun. So I'm going to be boisterous and all over the place, but I was trying to hype some folks up and spread the word for our show today. Should be a lot of fun. Yes, we're back. We're back. We're back. Computer died. Stream died. We're back. Let me update the titles now that hopefully some of you are still back hanging with us. Big day today. And Sublime probably lost all of our announcements. It kept the cyber insurance. Okay, no, cool. We still got the agenda. There's a little bit more this afternoon, but that's really just recording for me. What was that? That you don't need to know or care about because that's offline. But 3 public things today after the marathon already. So it's been a long week. It's gonna be a long week this week and then next week for RSA. So tomorrow and then Friday weekend next week. We'll see you at RSA and B-Sides SF. Yeah, nothing better than the random command prompts opening. Couple booth presentations at RSA for the Hackers Playbook. Hanging out with Ben Sadegapur for B-Side San Francisco. But I've only got about a half hour with you right now because, again, 11 or 10:15, right? I want to drop out so that I can get together with Justin and make sure he's feeling good. And we'll switch over to that extra live component. Thank you so much, Raven Maya 2002. Yavin. Y. The letter Y. I'm getting a little unable to read. The dyslexia is kicking in. Opening up a couple more windows here for me to be able to see that better. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Anyone cool? Anyone good? Anyone feeling all set? We're all fine with the announcements that I've burned however much time for. Let's get back to where we were yesterday, because it would be sweet to see how much we could accomplish, if anything, or we could let AI robot try to see if it can test its hands for more Open Graph work, which does mean we got to get our Kali Linux host back up and running. Oh, click the wrong button. You can't see that window. Hey, Tanos, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Let's get our Linux machine up just so we could run Bloodhound a little bit more easily. And I think Cursor. Bro, explain the honeypot trick and how to make it. How do you mean? Like honeypots? Just like what a honeypot is? So honeypot being... Hey, thank you so much, IceCube0129 for the follow. Trap. Lure. Mousetrap. Something to fake out an adversary or threat actor, a hacker, so that they think that they're in... Hey, Kane, ONG, great to see you, my friend. How are you? VPN platform I used? Proton, whenever possible. You can create a whole lot of honeypots. Cowrie is a well-known one for SSH. Cowrie. I think there's a GitHub awesome list for like awesome honeypots. And realistically, I should pull that up rather than just writing it down. But you've distracted me and you nerve sniped me. And now I lost the follow message. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Who followed? GitHub awesome list. Awesome honeypots. Honeypots. I can type. Yeah, just set up a box, open the internet. Thanks for the AI synopsis. Yeah. Awesome honeypot should give you a ton of them. I think there was one... who made it? Was it like T-Mobile or AT&T? I feel like there was one that just had like a huge... And I might be conflating or forgetting. Forgive me. But it was some really cool thing that already had a lot of dashboards. The thought had to come to me, the word. So, that's it. Awesome honeypots, and there are a ton of sweet resources here if you want to track down that GitHub page. GitHub awesome lists are awesome. Hence the word, hence the name. All right, we got a couple minutes. We gotta get to work. We gotta see what we could set Codex to cook for us. If anyone remembers, we were trying to stage yesterday a cool little GitHub collector proof of concept that would be able to uncover some of the session artifacts and like cache information from any of the coding harnesses that we're working with. Because AI's the new hotness, right? Everybody's, I don't know, hanging out with Claude, chatting with ChatGPT, in Cursor, maybe Gemini, maybe OpenCode, maybe T3 Chat, T3 Code, whatever. Big shout out, Theo. Look, wouldn't it be wild if in the world sometime soon there's realistically probably no secret going to be an AI info stealer, so to speak, something that will rip up exfil, steal your agents.md, your rules, your skills, your .env files, your secrets, your credentials, your passwords. So we were bumping around that idea. Thank you so much, Sheeps007, 007, James Bond. He's a sheep. Dojo Drummer says, I've always been interested as to why the network traffic on the honeypot itself doesn't affect the rest of the system. I just don't understand how you isolate the impact of the boss descending from the heaven. That's totally true. Yeah, I don't know if you ever just get, like, absolutely hammered low-orbit ion cannon style and, like, DOSed off the face of the internet. I feel like it varies. I don't know if it's throttled. I don't know if it's handled one way or another. Did it not update the LinkedIn post? Oh, it didn't. It didn't change the LinkedIn title because it probably doesn't allow that. Same with X. But Twitch and YouTube should have been updated to the new title. That's fine. I'm distracted. So we had some cool proof of concept inside of Bloodhound, right? We were getting going so that we could have some better conversations with Justin today and some of the SpectreOps friends. And we wanted to give some love to OpenGraph. For one thing, it's amazing and cool, and kind of a sweet, air quote, right, security research project of like a harness hound. Can we develop a collector that will like dig through your session harnesses stuff? So we had the Bloodhound CLI going so that we could actually get that up and running. And we also had our config file that I need to jump in there primarily because I need to remember the password. Because it auto sets that one when you start up, and I need that to be able to log in. Don't worry, this is bound locally inside of my environment. It's a virtual machine. Don't get screaming, squeamish shenanigans about the fact that, uh-oh, password credential here. Look, this is for funsies. This is education. It's on the internet. It's not real. You're not real. I'm not real. Is Bloodhound cooking? Not yet. So, we got about, what is it? 20 minutes, less than that, before we got to pivot. I hope you go join me with Justin. We'll get that up so we can just remind ourselves, hey, we're going to go hang out there. Good song. Oh, it's coming up quick. It's coming up quick. YTB Jeremy, password's not on stream. It's defined. Sheen, thank you so much for the follow. So please, pretty please, come join us. Come hang out with us. I feel bad that we're kind of losing some of the friends, but I need you to pinky promise, right, across the internet airwaves, the digital dimension that we're in, come join the party. No bad song. What? I can't. There's no way to get you guys happy. There's no way to make you happy. You can't make everybody happy. I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm no longer a content creator because it's impossible to make everybody happy. We had some really cool findings when we let Robot AI rip through our Claude Code infrastructure, our Cursor infrastructure. It couldn't find anything from OpenCode, which was really weird because we have used OpenCode for this live stream machine. Whatever. We were able to uncover some neat things to be able to get both the agent transcripts, even the logs from the terminal that you use within Cursor, and then maybe we could get some storage info, metadata, workspace, profile, like projects that you have open, etc., etc. So I think we had a working proof of concept, right? We were able to get Bloodhound going, and we had imported. Do I still have the password? I do. And we had a working Open Graph collector. It was just a proof of concept for our MVP, but then we tried to get it staged, and we had some sweet Cypher solutions as well to be able to find like our way to one user and then the next. And I'll get this into dark mode because I don't want you vampires to start crying. But this was cool. Like, this was cool. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Chill Peppers. So now that we have both a little bit of a lay of the land from what the AI artifacts are from our harnesses and a working proof of concept for Open Graph, I want to marry these two together. You know what I mean? I think we're going to have to tell Ye Olde Robot, hey, Fadi_98, thanks so much for the follow. We need to get these two to be working together. And big trust, big thanks, we'll give it to the robot and let us see if we can have something working within the next 20 minutes. Probably not going to happen. Let me get to a better song because I think we lost our music. Maybe. How about we put on the stream playlist? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I saw people screaming about anti-gravity right now lately on the Twitterverse. Bujang, I see you in YouTube chat saying, hey, Gemini is not cutting it these days. I feel like I've neglected that entire direction, that entire side. Okay. Let me talk to Robot Machine for a quick second. Are you cool? Are you cool? We're good? You don't mind if I just spew to the screen? All right. Good morning, Codex. Cursor. It's a new day. We're live on stream once again, but we have a real objective right now. So far, you've created and accomplished two different things. First, you created a collector proof of concept for Bloodhound. You created a sweet open graph, little MVP example sample for us to be able to load up into Bloodhound and then understand that we can reliably get some info into Bloodhound. That was awesome. That laid the groundwork for what we actually want to accomplish.
The famous Jurassic Park actor catching the adversaries instead of the dinos.
Thank you, ChickenHawk01. Thanks for your contribution. I think we've unlocked TTS. I don't know if you all have now remembered or reminded yourself TTS is alive. It's a thing. Hopefully that played through the internet airwaves. I don't know if you got to hear the Jurassic Park guy. I appreciate it. So please abuse that to your heart's content. Let me get back to the robot. Number 2. You created a little bit of research and you really took inventory on the AI coding harness solutions that we have installed inside of this environment to be able to uncover what is left behind, what is in the cache for solutions like Claude Code, for Cursor, for OpenCode, and ideally we could add in some potential work for Gemini. Maybe another option we could add in is like OpenCode if we didn't have that already, or some of these other things like Druid or Warp or T3 code, etc., etc., etc. Realistically, now I think we need to start to marry these two together. I think we need to blend the concept that we've just done with research into our real tactical implementation for a Golang binary and program to create a general purpose and extensible tool that will act as a Bloodhound collector for these AI harnesses with the potential actual name of Harness Hound. What I need you to do is build out a production grade, proper piece of software, well architected with the...
Much love, my dude. Your content helped me into this role I am in now within CTI, so giving back as much as I can, smiley face.
You're the best. Thank you so much, Chicken Hawk. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. With an extensible framework and a system and a true architecture that potentially uses YAML files, yet another markup language, or YAML, to the point that, hey, we could configure sort of like plugins or a modular plug-and-play extension-based structure for us to be able to specify maybe different paths inside of the environment that could allow us to actually uncover these. However, actually, because we want this just to be a simple binary that we ultimately drop onto one endpoint to be able to do this collection, we realistically don't want that external. We don't want those external files in like a configuration file. So we should refine that and get it so that ultimately we have a single .exe or program to be able to work with this on the endpoint that we run it on. So our Harness Hound should realistically try to uncover, and I think we might need to think this through. We should start to plan and we should start to research and correlate what makes sense from what we've uncovered inside of the AI harness cache artifacts and forensic data inside of the sessions to determine what more realistically aligns with a node in a Bloodhound open graph speak, and what more realistically aligns to a graph, an edge. Zoo Archer, I see your comment here. Your AI prompting is why AI fails. It'll intercept most of the gibberish you're giving it to garbage. Got to focus on the technical aspect. I agree with you, but I actually feel like there's a little bit of fine tuning and like follow on that should happen from this. I want to give it this dump. I want to give it as much stupid garbage context as possible for it to be able to like plan and understand what I want, and then I'll have it interview me, and it literally. We built out a skill and added some rules so that like, okay, can we find the signal from the noise, create the best plan, and then I can review that and let it figure itself out a little bit more. But I try to give as much horrific, stupid, garbage context as possible, spewage, so that it can first figure out really the signal and the noise, so that it's close to what I imagine. Because what people I feel like try, I'm gonna get in a soapbox. I'm sorry. When people go crazy about, something trying to one-shot some project or program or solution or software or code or whatever, what you're trying to ask the robot to do is read your mind, which it can't do. You can't read my mind. No one can read each other's mind. So I really think, let me give you as much context as possible of what you're trying to articulate. Doing it in text, typing it in by hand sucks. So whisper, voice to text, I gotta be honest, I kind of like, maybe I'm a boomer, maybe I don't know, talking on the phone, reading to my phone. But I'm really curious. I'm curious if anyone agrees or disagrees. Zoo Archer, no, I appreciate your insight and your sentiment. Thank you. I just think it's cool to let me go through this like iterative discovery phase with the machine and AI so that it could actually uncover, look, what are we trying to accomplish, without literally reading my mind, because it can't. I just want to give it as much as I can so I can try to get the idea correct. But even if I were to speak it aloud, as if I were giving a presentation, Emetsec, doesn't this consume a whole lot of tokens? Totally. Yes. I agree. And I'm sure I'm going to bloat up my context window. I have no doubt. But I want to do that so that it can create its written down like note scratch pad, create its own plan, and then I can refine, we can retune, or if it actually kind of got close to what I want, then we're getting closer. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm really genuinely curious of everyone else's opinion. I've almost thought like, man, wouldn't it be wild realistically? I know we've got the Payload podcast, but I'm thinking like I want to start to interview people and ask them what are like, how do you use AI? Between the harnesses that exist, between the tools that are out there, between your process, your workflow, between the skills that you use, I genuinely, for my own learning, I want to understand how people use this. Because it's wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, loosey-goosey, non-deterministic soup. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the reality check, the gut check. I appreciate you keeping me honest. Primer Action says, hey, can you give a roadmap for cybersecurity in short? Do what you like. Do what's fun. That's the shortest one. Okay, let's go. Talk to the robot now. Once you've been able to uncover what realistically maps to a node and an edge inside of our Open Graph syntax and schema and structure, remember, you should be referencing the Bloodhound documentation that's available on SpectreOps' website, because especially important, every single node needs its own unique ID or identifier, oftentimes best represented as a GUID or a GUID. So if you can uncover what you realistically saw in the logs, in the artifacts, in the session transcripts, in any of the artifacts that are available to you, a reliable unique identifier, GUID that's already present, you may latch onto that, but only if you see that it never changes, only if you see that that is truly tied to that concept or identity. That is the real signal that we need, that, okay, you could associate this to its own capability. So, we're not even going to be able to finish this prompt by the time I got a dash. Like 10 minutes left. So we need to end up... I said that aloud and totally threw it into the prompt. the vision is that we end up building out probably an understanding of what is a user, both potentially as the logged in user on the endpoint, or maybe the end user email address or whatever their authentication sign-in potential capability could be with Claude Code or Cursor or OpenCode or any of the others. And that user representative could use a specific harness, like any of these. And then inside of those, they might reference specific projects or work directories or working environments that they've used. So that could be another abstraction. And then maybe inside of those, you could track down either the terminal logs or maybe the tools that have been used or any of the skills that might be able to be uncovered, et cetera, so that we have a thorough, comprehensive, and a real understanding of how this all comes together. But ultimately, what we want to be looking for is the case and query where there is a .env file or like an environment variable with sensitive values. Potential keys, potential secrets. Because what we want to use Bloodhound for, what we want to use Bloodhound and Open Graph for is to uncover the fact that we could map what tools and projects lead to what secrets that could lead to a future takeover of like AWS infrastructure, if that happens to be inside of the .env file. Please, of course, interview me, ask me questions. Let's refine this idea. Let's start to plan this out. Let's think through this, and let's go through the interactive and iterative discovery process for you to try to get the best understanding of this idea and vision for our Harness Hound collector proof of concept. All right, Chad, I'm kind of with you right now. I feel like we just absolutely bloated it and gave it way too much BS. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get any ground with this. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll see what it poops out if we even have time, but I'm going to have to dash super duper soon, probably like 8 minutes. I don't think that helps. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to see what it cooks up, but I don't have a lot of faith. If anything, I wanted to say my idea aloud to see what it could shit out. And then I also wanted to gut check that with you all in chat if like all of them, broski. Let's just do Cursor and Claude Code, realistically. Designed for plugins, but only implement the first two. I like that. How should be one? Treat potential secrets. Store the raw secret values. I'm okay with that. What do you think, actually? Because I think I acknowledge the fact that this idea and this concept is a little split-brained. Because there's a part and piece of this that says, look, okay, you've realistically made a session scraper. You've made a session harvester to cut through and dig through all of the leftover artifacts from your coding harness. That could be a command line tool. That doesn't have to be in Bloodhound or Open Graph, realistically. But being able to visualize that data within Bloodhound and Open Graph, kind of sweet. Kind of slick, kind of cool. Do we want to capture the raw secret values? I think we should. The AI info stealer is like partially, a little selfishly, kind of what I'm thinking, kind of what I want. Yeah, deterministic would be awesome. Yeah, Windows first is fine. We're not going to get a lot of this done. I got to dash in like 6 minutes. I'm counting it down because remember, we are having a party with Justin and Spectre Ops, and I want to get his take. And if you guys have any questions specifically to Justin, please do throw them in chat. I would be really curious if you got any insight for like, hey, look, man, Open Graph and Bloodhound's wild, crazy, cool, but where's it going next? What are you guys doing? What's happening at SoCon? What's going on in the conference? What are you guys cooking up? What's in the lab? I don't think we're going to get anything from this, but I'm hoping that we will in the next 5 minutes, and then I'm going to dump. I'm going to dip out. I got to dump out of here. JJ Thompson has a cool question. 2686. Hey, does combining more and more AIs really improve the output, or is it good to combine up to a limit? Can anybody recommend something? So I think what you're referring to is letting like both Codex and Claude and Grok and Gemini, I don't know if you want, whatever, being able to like gut check and sync each other, right? I've seen people do that. I've at least heard them say it on Twitter. I haven't seen it with my eyes, right? But they let like either Claude make the plan and then Codex implement, or vice versa, or they let something observe all of the logic that's happening, and then try to refine it and critique it and provide new suggestions over and over again. Those ideas sound really cool. I have not started it. I want the attack path. That's the real objective that I want. Ooh. Yeah, rip everything, dude. Environment variables, I wasn't even thinking. All right, it's gonna get a plan, and then we can dip out. We'll chat up with Justin. Yeah. David Murphy says, hey, getting the other AI harness model to peer review specs is actually pretty cool. I haven't done it. I would like to. I think that would be a cool idea. So people say they have success with it, but I haven't tried it. No, hey, JJ Thompson, thank you for the question, man. Crazy ATR, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, everybody, for coming to hang out, realistically. We did it! We win. We won. We won the internet. Dang. Game over. GG's. That's really perfect. OpenAI flagged this request for potential high-risk cybersecurity activity. Please try a less sensitive prompt. Learn more here. Nice work. I get you. I'm curious. Again, I don't know if folks are tuning in, but that would be a real fun story to tell with Justin. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. This is hysterical. That's awesome. That's really funny. It made the prompt. Or it didn't even make the plan. I think it nuked the plan. Maybe it's going to do it anyway. I got to dash, everybody. We're going to tune out. We're going to go ahead and get things ready for our chat with Justin. And he will show me the real insights that he and the team have seen cooking with Open Graph and Bloodhound. We had some really cool stuff. Can I get to help desk or any of these? Or did that one also die? All right, we're falling apart. But man, that was awesome. That was hysterical. We found the limit. The limit really does exist, Mean Girls. Or whatever. I don't know that thing's from. Whatever. Oh. Nice. I gotta dash, everybody. Thank you for coming to hang out. I really do genuinely hope you come tune in once again. 15 minutes or so from now, we're gonna be partying with Justin, and I want to get his take on all this stuff. See what he has been building with Open Graph and Bloodhound, and see what's next. What it is, what it's used for, all the things that can happen with it. They'll be on YouTube, it'll be on Twitch in about 15 minutes or so, but I want to go jam with him, make sure they're all feeling good. Oh, awful, horrendous tube song to tune out on. Let's get to the old jazzy outro. But I'll see you super duper soon. Don't go away. Don't leave. Give me 15 minutes and I'll be back. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. See you in just a sec. I'll be back. Give me a little bit. I'll see you soon.